Let us get an overview of another popular IDE which can be used for application development. It is nothing but Visual Studio Code, popularly known as VS Code. It is a generic IDE and can be used for application development using not only Python but also Java, JavaScript, and many other programming languages. It can support most of the features Pycharm support. However, some of the features will be available only when you install relevant plugins with respect to Python. VS Code is open source and supported by Microsoft. If you want to use VS Code, make sure to get better in the same areas as referred for Pycharm. They are nothing but creating projects, using terminal, generating boilerplate code, refactoring code, and also effective use of plugins such as Git for code versioning and interactive development with your fellow team members. These are some of the features you should be aware of with any IDE to begin with. Now let me go ahead and install Visual Studio Code on Windows. I'm already in the browser. Let me search for VS Code here. Now we can click on this. Then we can actually click on this to download for Windows. It is pretty lightweight. You can see it is just 60.5 MB. It is already downloaded. We just have to expand this, go to the folder in which it is downloaded. Then we can double click on this to actually take care of the installation. This is a user installer. It is not meant to be run as an administrator. Here I have logged in as an administrator already. As an administrator, if you want to install for all the users in the system, then this is not the one which you should be using. You have to take care of installing using some other installable. For now, I am the only one who will be logging in and using this, and hence I am okay to install only for this user. For that reason, I am clicking on OK. We have to accept the agreement. Click on next. I am using the default path specified here. I just have to click on next, then click on next. Let me see, it is saying whether to create a desktop icon or not. So if it is the only IDE which you are going to use, I would recommend to select this and create a desktop icon. But in my case, I'll be using Pycharm for Python based application development more than VS Code, and hence I'm not going to create a desktop icon. And also there are few other options which you can explore and choose these things if you are interested. I wanted to add it to path so that I can actually run VS Code even from command line from any location. Then I have to click on next here. Then I can say install. It will take care of installation of VS Code on this Windows based machine. Once it is installed, we have to restart because we mentioned the path to be updated so that it can be accessed from anywhere. We just have to click on finish. Once it opens up, we just have to close this. As it is closed, we just have to search for Visual Studio Code here. You can see the application which is already downloaded and installed. Just click on this and you should be able to open the IDE called as Visual Studio Code here. Now, when it comes to opening a project for this, unlike Pycharm where we have said new project, in this case, we just have to say file and open folder, and automatically it will open that folder as a project. So we can say open folder like this, and then we can actually go to the location in which we want to set up the project and we can take it further. If you want to create a new folder, you can actually right click somewhere and then say new, then folder, VS Code, Python demo. Then we can say select folder. That folder will be opened as project. You can see here. Now you can add a file into this folder by clicking on this. Let's say hello world.py or hw.py, whatever name you want to give. You can hit enter and you can actually start developing the Python based code here. It is actually asking us to install the recommended extensions for Python. We can say install. It will take care of installing the additional plugins to take care of Python based application development. You can check the version which it is trying to download. It is nothing but Python 3.9.0 64-bit. So let's go ahead and install. I think it is already installed. You can actually take care of installing few more plugins to take care of the application development using Python. I'm not going to install PyLint here, otherwise I can choose as well. It will actually take care of formatting the code more appropriately. I took care of clicking on that and it is installing PyLint here. It is useful for application development. Whatever it is prompting, I'm just adding those things. This is how you can get started with VS Code to actually take care of Python based application development. Anytime if you want to go back to your project explorer, you can click on this. It will take you to the project explorer. You can close these things like Python get started, extension and all, and come back to this hw.py. You can close this for now Now you should be able to say print hello world, then right click on this, then run Python file in terminal. You can see the output here. As we are able to run this program, the setup of Python project using VS Code is successful. Also, as we have seen with Pycharm, there is a terminal here. You can always access the terminal. Somewhere at the bottom it should show. If not, you can actually go to terminal here and then say new terminal. And then you should be able to access the terminal from here. This is nothing but Windows PowerShell. You should be able to run all Windows file system commands from here to access the file system. Once you set up tools like Git and all, you should be able to leverage the command line of Git to actually build your project, so and so forth. So this is how you should be able to get started with the Visual Studio Code, as we have seen with Pycharm. Most of the features that are available in one IDE are available in most of the IDEs. Once you are comfortable with one IDE, adapting to new IDE shouldn't take a very long time. That being said, as we are done with the setting up of IDEs such as Pycharm, VS Code, and also get some overview about it, now it is time for us to get into actual Python based content to learn Python in depth.